So let's move on to the subject of energy, oil consumption. The population was at an all time low until we actually started using oil, which made shipping and trading a whole lot easier. And by shipping, I don't necessarily mean by boats, but shipping and receiving from one country to the next via air. For example, here in, I guess you'd say, in the North American continent, and all three countries, they all use seaports. Some of the stuff comes across the ocean. In return, those same things run off of oil, which is produced into some form of combustible for, say, like ships, planes, and of course land transportations like trucks and box trucks that deliver locally to your supermarkets or your retail providers. When that happened, the population sprouted massively. You can go back and look to hundreds of years. Our population was at an all-time low, and due to this discovery of oil, discovery of an easier way for transportation, it made goods more readily accessible. And what I'm going to cover here are basically things that preppers say, like stockpile food and etc., yada yada yada. Well, whatever it is you're stockpiling for, if you really believe and buy into the hype of global warming, and you buy into the hype of, we're running out of oil, there isn't enough. The problem is they're, each time they get closer and closer to trying to figure out a way, I hate to say it, but it's just the truth, to depopulation. And the thing is, you can't switch over from oil, diesel engine, gas engines, and just go straight to electric before it's actually in place. Because if you make gas so high that the average person can't afford it, you're going to kill a whole lot of people in the workforce. You're going to kill a whole lot of things. Now, as a prepper, I don't know what you are individually prepping for, but a lot of preppers, I hate to say it, they're hoarders. They will hoard canned goods. They will hoard all kinds of stuff and think that's going to get them through. Well, if you take a look at the world's military, they don't think in that aspect. It doesn't work like that. They think in logistics and resupply. So now, as preppers, you're trying to get, of course, supplies, right? That's why a lot of preppers hoard, and, well, I don't mean to offend anyone, but that's why they stack it to the rafters, like they say. But what is it exactly you're preparing for? I see these people that are buying all of this freeze-dried food. Now, unless you're rich, which a lot of preppers obviously aren't, or they wouldn't be running around in panic mode doing all of this. Unless you're rich and you have a bunker somewhere where you're going to stock up 20 years of food until the fallout goes away, basically, then you got that kind of money, power to you. But most of these people that are prepping, they ain't got it like that. And they're running out trying to stockpile food. Okay, am I saying it's a bad thing? No, it depends on your location, where you geographically live, and this is mostly to the Americans here in the U.S. A lot of city people, yes, that's going to help you, but it's only going to help you short term. And if you're a prepper, you need to think resupply. And if you're a true prepper and you're just trying to get by on canned goods and things you've put away, how long is that really going to last you when there is no supermarket to go to? Because it drives me absolutely up a wall to see all these preppers putting out all these videos where they're storing all this stuff, right? And I say to myself, well, they think obviously they're not going to be able to walk into a supermarket and buy what they want because it's all just going to end. But what rationally no one can explain is, how long is it going to take for even anything to go back to normal? And if it doesn't go back to normal, are you in a position to resupply your food storages? And as a prepper, that's something I believe all preppers should think about, analyze, look at their situation, and think, hey, what if this does go south? I mean, I can name off several countries where it's went south, and it's been south for 4 to 10 years. There are several countries that don't have access to food. And do you know how to aerate the land? Do you know how to aerate the land? Do you know how to plant in the land without needing actual nitrates from overseas or from communist countries that supposedly control all of that? Because I can guarantee you, our forefathers were not using nitrates from these other countries, and people even way back weren't using it. They were using things like fish out of the ocean, and they would throw it in the land. But that's getting into a whole lot of detail. But my question is, as if you are a prepper, here's something for you to ponder, something for you to think about. If you're just thinking you're going to stock and stock and stock, and you truly believe everything's going to hit the fan, how long do you honestly think it will last? What if it's indefinite? How are you going to resupply? And these are things that when I watch videos, it kind of perplexes me, because especially when I see people hoarding things like macaroni and cheese, cakes in boxes, Twinkies, because I do see preppers hoarding things that it's just mind-boggling to me. Like, why are you hoarding all those Twinkies, dude? Like, why are you hoarding donuts and cakes and candies? Because there are preppers that do that, and I think it's a fear of giving up this way of life that we live now, and they want to hold on to some part of it somehow. And those things, I don't blame them if it brings them comfort and security, and they feel secure in having those things. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, how are you going to resupply when your stuff runs out? That's basically the direction I'm going with these series. Is I'm going to question, hopefully get answers to, and bring out into the conversation what's going on. I want to understand this prepping community as I watch them go, and try to get to the bottom of the root of why they're doing a lot of things. Is it influence from other people? Because our forefathers, everything they consumed when they colonized this land, they struggled, but it was all local. Their food was local, their clothing was made local, their stuff was made local there in their area. And I see a lot of these preppers, and they come across as me people. Got to look out for myself because nobody else is looking out for themselves. But the thing is, the reality that I feel that if what they're saying is going to happen as a community and a society, we're going to have to be local. You're going to have to plant local. You're going to have to grow local. And you're going to have to turn people that weren't doing things like this prior into people that are doing this now, because everybody is going to have to not become self-sufficient, because that's a whole nother topic, but everybody's going to have to become self-sufficient to a certain degree, where if I grew carrots and you grew tomatoes, I'll swap you 5 carrots for 5 tomatoes, 3 eggs for a quart of milk, because everyone's going to have to become the resupply if what preppers are saying is true and it's really going to happen. It's just some thoughts, my opinion. Everyone's got one, but I think I'm going to bring this conclusion to this little bit of the show to a closure for now, and I'll upload series 3, 4, 5. I hope to hear from these preppers out there and get some engagement. I know it's long what I'm saying and everything through the video, but as I progress, I'll bring it up in quality and in conversation, and I hope to engage some of you and look forward to you down in the comments section. And stay good out there, guys. Keep safe. Catch you in the next episode.